What's up, y'all? During Black Women's, I can't find my light. Black Women's Month.
Diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jesse, VVS, I just turn the water on. Big ol' flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls.
Child, this is so ghetto. I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't find my light. Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Oh, just give me the light. During Black Women's gonna be dark Black Women's Month. Can y'all hear me? I don't know what's going on, child. I'm also using my mic for the first time. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me like well though? Thank you. Those of y'all who let my braids chat, I just fought for my life. I sat up in this African braid shop for 6 hours and it was honestly the worst experience I've ever had. Like the worst experience. Like I was gonna promote these people, but oh no. Like, oh, and I sound good? Okay, period. So my microphone is on. During Black Women's, I can't find my light, ma. Black Women's Month. All right, good. Okay, you know what? Yeah, like some of y'all are calling it Jesse After Dark, period. That's what it's gonna be. Jesse After motherfucking dark. I can't find my light, so I'm sorry, y'all. Bring Sean Paul when you need him. Just give me the light. Damn. Where the fuck is my light at? What the fuck is my light? Oh my lord. Okay, you know what? Back to the braids. Well, this is my first time ever getting my braids done as an adult in America. Like the last time I had my braids done was when I was a teenager. Y'all know usually this last year when I get my braids done, it's always in Ghana. So, you know, child, but it is what it is. All right. Let's get into this. I got a lot of shit to share with y'all. But before I do, how are y'all doing? How was y'all weekend? Is everybody okay? Where's everybody watching me from? Let me know where you guys are watching from. You know, we're gonna do a little just a couple things, the nighttime nightcaps edition, I guess. A little Black Women's nightcap during Black Women's Month. Let me know. Okay, Nova Scotia, period. You know, I'm about to get deported, so I will be back to Canada. I will be back, child. Nigerian in Chicago, period. Arkansas, period. Miami, period. Okay, period. Toronto, period. Trinidad and Tobago, yes. Brooklyn in the house. Oh, baby. Yes, I did see that Jonathan Luther King Majors III and Megan Curtis Scott King II have gotten engaged, child. So we will be addressing that on the podcast. What else, child? Atlanta. ATL ho. ATL ho. ATL ho. Who else, child? Cayman Islands, period. Who else? The 209. I don't know what that is, but baby, 305 stop motherfucking die. 305. Jamaica. Yeah. Tell your wife I said, what's up, sister? Okay, the Bay Area. Louisiana, period. I saw Duval. Pew, 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 pew. I don't know what 949 is, but hey, girl, Montreal, my birthplace. What's good? What's cracking lacking? Haïti, alam content Port-au-Prince, pour j'entends well. Y'all, oh my God. I didn't tell y'all this, but I sang the national anthem over the weekend at the White House. I'm gonna tell y'all more about that. But I guess do y'all want to see it? I did put it on my Instagram, but let me know if you guys want me to play it for y'all, and then we can get into the tea for tonight. The tea for tonight. Do you guys want to see it? Okay, let me bring it up. Hold on. Hey, Bermuda. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, let me see. Why it's not? Okay, let me see if I can play this. Why is it not letting me see my Instagram? It's not letting me see my Instagram. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Technology. You see, I finally got a mic that's working. Meanwhile, I've been had this mic, but it just was not working. I finally figured out how the fuck to get it working. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see that.
The Haitian National Anthem. Jessica is actually a Haitian Canadian actress. So thank you so much.
Thank you, 7775.
Thank you. Please rise for the Haitian National Anthem, followed by the American National Anthem. Pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, marchons unis, dans nos rêves d'être du sang, soyons seuls maîtres, marchons unis, pour le pays, pour les ancêtres, marchons unis, pour le pays, pour les and the whole brave.
That was me at the White House. That was really exciting. It was for a celebration of Haitian Americans at the White House. Unfortunately, Joe Biden wasn't there. Kamala Harris wasn't there, child. But I'll tell you guys more about that. I'm actually putting a vlog together, and I'm gonna put all the details of that in that vlog. But I got to sing at the White House. When I was a kid, I used to like dream about like stuff like that. So getting the opportunity to do that was just, well, that was insane. All right, y'all see the title. We got some shit to get into, but I'm so happy I found my light. Now y'all can really see me. Oh my goodness, I was like, what's going on? But thank you so much. Thank y'all. Thank you so much to everybody who's giving me compliments about it. All right, let's get into Love is Blind. Now, I thought I was done talking about this season. I really thought I was done talking about this season, but there's been so many new tidbits that have come forward. So I want to talk about Alex. Alex has done 3 podcasts, but I'm going to mainly talk about 2 podcasts. But in one of the podcasts, she revealed that Tim was trash in bed. She didn't say he was trash, but she said he was trash in bed. Also, she revealed that her, Tim, Ashley, and Brian McLight were in a love triangle. And Ashley is still doing podcast interviews. And just the embarrassment. My God, the embarrassment. But apparently Liler finally sat down to do an interview too, and that comes out this Wednesday. So let's go to that first of all. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Lord. Okay, so Lord, technology is beating my ass. Okay. Okay. So Liler is doing the Dear Wifey podcast, Dear Future Wifey podcast. The way I cannot wait to rip into Liler and Latarius, and I say this as somebody who knows Latarius personally, but I just see a trend with Latarius. This is the same podcast where he had Clay and his mother on there, and Clay fake crying and carrying on. And Clay admitted that he never wanted to get married, that he told production from the start that he didn't want to get married, that he was just there just to be there. It was a fucking mess. Like, that podcast episode was a fucking mess. And you had Clay again, like, using his mother for clout. The same way he used his mom for his storyline on Love is Blind. Do y'all remember Clay? How he used his mother and his father for his storyline when he just could have just told that girl he didn't want to be with her? Well, actually, when I did the reviews, I kept saying he was saying it in his own words that he didn't want to be with her. But still, he didn't have to use his my daddy cheated on my mama. Hey, Clay, how's your day going? My daddy cheated on my mama. Hey, Clay, do you want some ketchup with them fries? My daddy cheated on my mother. Lovely weather we have today, Clay, right? Yeah, and it's a lovely weather for my daddy to cheat on my mother. That was Clay last season. Y'all remember Clay, right? Clay, who ain't had the side tooth. The side tooth was missing. Okay? Real side tooth behavior. But here we have Liler. And of course he's going to lie. I'm waiting on him to lie. I'm expecting for him to lie. I already caught him in one lie already. I'm going to show y'all right now. Let me see if I can. I'm going to show y'all the lie right here. Hold on. This is before, bitch, this is before the podcast even airs. I'm going to show y'all one lie. Hold on. Okay. So I was looking through the comments under Latarius's post announcing that Brian McLight is going to be on his podcast, right? Hold on. So I was looking at the comments. This one girl left this comment. Is Deborah. I guess her name's Deborah. She said, "This is crazy. I went to college with Tyler. LOL. Looked up one day and he got famous for all the wrong reasons." This is Latarius. He said he never went to college. He said he never went to college. This girl then linked his LinkedIn. Because remember, in the live that I did with Simone, we pulled up his LinkedIn. Hold on. We pulled up his LinkedIn. And we pulled up everything that he had put on his LinkedIn. Oh, fuck. I wonder why it's not letting me show this. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. This is his LinkedIn. Bro, just like lying about lying about going to college is insane. Like, the interview's not even aired yet. I'm already showing y'all one lie. Latarius is not going to lie about him saying he didn't go to college. I know Latarius personally. He's not going to lie like that. And we know Brian McLight is a fucking liar, right? This is... Mais pour les là, oui.
Malawi, College of Southern Maryland, Malawi, Malawi. Why you have to lie? Malawi. They lies. Hey, whoa, hey, why you have to lie? Hey, whoa. Porque sawa by mati, why? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Why you always lie? Why you lying about that? The interview ain't even out yet. He lying. He's lying. Interview apa même sorti maintenant? Dia kata tak mati. He's lying already. Hey, whoa, hey, why you have to lie? Hey, whoa.
Simone, get your microphone now. How's my microphone? Is it good? Bitch, I'm so excited. Bitch! How's my mic? Is the mic good? Let me know in the comments.
Why you have to lie? Hey, whoa.
Y'all, I'm gonna act a fool. I'm so tired. But I was like, if I don't do this live today, I can't do it tomorrow. And then Wednesday is when the Lateris interview comes out. So I want to be done with all this shit. Okay, I'm missing the super chats. Hold on. At this point, is his name even Tyler? Bitch, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to call you a bitch, Electra. But yeah, girl, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, child. Speaking of lying, y'all wanna update on the court case? Let's do a little update on the court case.
Okay, guys, we have an update in the ongoing child support case between Bri and Tyler from Love is Blind Season 7. If you don't care, scroll. Shout out to
Lord.
my follower, Talkative Beauty, for sending. Okay, guys, we have an update in the.
Okay, before we get into this, y'all know this is story time with Ricky. This is my Love is Blind sister. You know, I'm Jenny Jones. She Ricky Lake. Okay, that's Ricky Lake. I'm Jesse Jones, period. You know what would be cool if me and Ricky did a Love is Blind podcast? Like every time a Love is Blind drops, we should do a podcast. We should do a fucking podcast. Ricky, girl, I'm gonna hit her. I'm gonna text her like, girl, next season, let's do a podcast, bitch. The way we fucking blow all these other TV podcasts the fuck out the water, bitch, let's do a fucking podcast at this motherfucking point. Okay, so remember, when I did my live with attorney Simone at law, she told us about the November 15th case, all right? So the November 15th case did take place this past Friday. I was down to the White House. I was singing. That's why, because bitch, I was finna log in. I was finna log in and be right there. So anyway, I did look up the docket. Everything that Ricky is about to say is true, and then I'll elaborate. Well, I'll give my thoughts. Let's over to you, Ricky Lake.
The ongoing child support case between Bri and Tyler from Love is Blind Season 7. If you don't care, scroll. Shout out to my follower, Talkative Beauty, for sending me the court docket from today. And shout out to my lawyer friend at Douglas & Hicks Law Firm in Los Angeles for reading it to me so I know what the hell I'm looking at. So from what I know, there was a virtual meeting this morning where Tyler did attend. Ashley was not present. She may have been around hearing what's going on, but she was not visibly on the camera. Basically, he's trying to argue that these are not his children and he was simply a donor. The same lie that he told Ashley, it appears he is trying to make that true via a court paper trail. So he submitted a few exhibits that the judge did not even look at. Thanks for donating text message to defendant. So a text that Bri sent to Tyler saying thanks for some type of donation. Plaintiff's family photo with wife and without defendant, without Tyler. So again, I'm guessing that he's trying to prove here that this is her family and not his family. It is unclear if the photos submitted were with her ex-wife or with her current partner, but I'm going to take my best guess and say it's the ex-wife, since her and her current partner are not married. Another exhibit was Bry's proposal photo, her 4th anniversary. Again, I'm guessing it's with her ex-wife, not her current partner. Her engagement, and then a few photos of her with her children. So again, he's trying to paint this narrative that this is her family and her kids and not his. The contempt hearing has been postponed to February 10th of 2025 to give the lawyer time to file a motion. Basically, he just bought himself some more time till February of next year. The court location for the February court date is in the paternity calendar. From my understanding, it is just a postponement of the contempt hearing. So nothing was really resolved today or settled. It was just postponed. But it seems like Tyler is going to try and argue that he was just a donor and that these are not his children and that this is Bry's family. Again, this is the lie that he told Ashley. So it makes sense that he would try and make this story true somehow via court records. He has been active in comments all week talking about he has proof of this, he has proof of that. I'm assuming this is the proof that he was referencing. I'm not really sure what proof this is, but her relationship status has to do with your responsibility as a parent. These are just some of the comments from his Instagram. As you can see, somebody said, "Do you have receipts other than the ones we saw?" He says, "Fucking right, I do." I don't know what kind of receipt this is, but okay. Again, here he is again saying that it's not Ashley's fight, that he'll be speaking very soon, and that his receipts will be provided. I'm assuming this was his receipts. This was his plan.
Yeah, bro, that was
trying to tell this little story in court. Therefore, it seems a little bit more believable, or so that he has it on record that this is also his story to the courts. Again, if this was your story, then why are you just now filing these exhibits? Why are you just now saying this now? Like, these children are 7 and 5. You think you would have done this a long time ago instead of paying child support for a year. And then why were you paying child support if these are not your kids? Why were you trying to claim them on your taxes if these are not your kids? This is just the story that he's going with now because that's what he told Ashley, and he has to try and make it as true as possible. But I will keep you guys updated. If we still care by February, he ain't gonna win. He gonna have to pay this damn child support.
So remember, this is so funny to me because, first of all, for him to just these are the receipts, like these are the receipts. Boyish bandit behavior. Them the receipts. Pictures of her with her wife. When literally we have her wife on video saying that you fought for paternity of the son. Let me see if I can find this in the transcript too. Hold on. Let me see. And just while this is loading, I wanted to make a point too, because I've seen so many people online, like when they were looking at me and Ricky's interview with Bri, they're like, oh, this interview was biased. They didn't ask Bri anything about her ex-wife, right? And it was like, well, 2 reasons. Bri and the ex-wife are not telling different stories. The only part of their story that's different is how the ex-wife became her ex-wife. And to me, I just don't give a fuck about that. What does that have to do with, like, how does that make it okay for him abandoning the children? Like, you'd have to make 1 + 1 = 2 for me. That does nothing for the overall message. To me, I just didn't give a fuck. And so, yeah, we made the decision not to dissect that. Number 2, when Bri, you know, I'm happy, not Bri, when Deshawn felt safe enough to talk to us about that, I did not want to continue to exploit that. Bri and Deshawn did not go on Love is Blind. So their personal relationship is none of my business. They didn't go on Love is Blind. So I don't give a fuck, right? But then a lot of y'all were in the comments, oh, she's an abuser, she's an abuser. So much so that I even saw Tyler in the comments saying, oh, well, didn't the ex-wife call her an abuser? Yeah, bitch. So the ex-wife called her an abuser, but you fought for custody for an abuser to keep their child. If Bri is an abuser, that means that you helped an abuser keep their child. You fought for an abuser to keep their child, and you can have co-custody. Bitch, you wouldn't want me to be Bri's lawyer. Bitch, you wouldn't want me to be, like, that would be your fucking biggest nightmare. Anyway, I know I'm your biggest nightmare already, but why not be able to clock that? Because then now he saw so many people online. Oh, but she was an abuser. So now he's trying to. He's probably gonna go on. Quote me on this. He's probably gonna go on Dear Future Wifey and call that lady an abuser. And baby, that ain't got shit to do with nothing. Third reason. Well, shit. Now I'm on fourth reason why I didn't want to talk about that is because Ricky has receipts about that relationship that y'all don't know. And we don't need to talk about it. Because again, their relationship has nothing to do. But here's the thing too. If he goes on there and he says that, he's asking for more receipts to be dropped. And it's not going to be good for him. But then, yeah, what was the last reason I was going to say? Yeah, those are all the damn reasons. Period. Hold on.
Full custody of Cairo. It was then that things.
But okay. Yeah, we had a friend in the guy friend group who liked to watch his wife have sex with other men.
Hold on, because I know she said something about custody too. Okay, here it is.
I asked Tyler for money for a formula and he won't even give it to me. He said all he has is $50.
Mind you, I'm cutting into the conversation, but the ex-wife is if you go back and watch the interview, she's talking about how they were living together. Bri and Tyler were living together, and then he started being a deadbeat. Bri would ask him, hey, can you please get this? Can you please get that? And all of a sudden he wouldn't want to do that. So let's continue. Why do you think he's doing that?
To me, it's just karma. Like, you chose that person and now they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But I will say that when we were in communication, she was complaining about him. The child support thing has been an issue from the beginning. When we were friends, he showed us his tax returns. He was making over 6 figures. And when the babies came, she would call me upset. I asked Tyler for money for a formula and he won't even give it to me. He said all he has is $50. That's not gonna do anything. So this has been an issue from the very beginning. I don't know how active he's been over the years. Yes, there are pictures, but she's also called me and said, Tyler is an Instagram dad. He only comes around when there's a photo up. So yes, there are photos, but I don't know what her standard of an active parent is.
Well, in her story, she said that, I know you mentioned to me, like, she said that you petitioned for custody of Cairo first, but you told me that she actually petitioned for Cairo a day before you petitioned, and that's where this whole custody battle came into play, correct? And then, yeah. To be clear, as far as the twins are concerned, you guys were already divorced. You have no connection to the twins. They were never your children.
She conceived the twins while we were going through the divorce.
Right. So you had no parental rights over the twins. That was just a pure Tyler and her parents.
Yeah, that was a Tyler and her situation. Technically, I could have, in Maryland, if kids are born at 2 in marriage, they're of that marriage. So technically, those are my kids too. But no, I have nothing to do with the twins. Those are their babies.
So have you been in contact at all with Bri, like, since you left? Were you aware that Tyler had gone on this show?
No, I have not been in contact with her except for small communication here and there for years. So the only info around, I'm his biological father, and I've been around from the beginning.
You have Deshaun here who's confirming, no, he was, like, he pushed her out of the marriage to be That's what you've been saying, right?
Be the dad. Yeah.
100%. When we went to court, he added himself to our custody battle and said, look, I've been around. I'm his biological father, and I've been around from the beginning. And they even lied and said that I'd never been involved.
Gotcha.
If this were to ever like be like a trial, which I don't see it being that, but if it were ever to go there, you don't think they're gonna pull this up? You don't think this girl gonna go to court and say this exact thing? You don't think these videos you don't think they're gonna summon my videos? You don't think they're gonna summon my videos? You literally pushed her out of the marriage and pushed her out of custody for the firstborn. Liler. For the firstborn. Then you kept fucking. Y'all fuck. If you look at my interview with Bri, she doesn't say it. She doesn't say it. She doesn't say we was fucking, but she says, yeah, we're. And when I was like, they was fucking, she's like, yeah, they was fucking. They was fucking. Actually, they was fucking. Okay? A lot of you guys just don't understand that sexuality is a spectrum and that a gay woman and a straight guy can have sex. What else? What other point that I want to make? But yeah, so I can't wait. I cannot wait for his interview with Laterris to air because I'm going to rip both of you niggas apart. Both of you niggas apart. The only way I'm not going to rip into Laterris is if Laterris actually holds this man's feet to the fire. Like, I want you to hold that man's feet to the fire. I don't even fucking care about him and Ashley. I don't want to hear about Ashley. We don't care. We don't care about Ashley. We've heard enough. I'm about to get into some things that Ashley's been saying, and I'm done. We don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck about his relationship with Ashley. Where them kids at? Are you stepping up to be a father? Are you going to be accountable for them kids that you abandoned? Are you going to stop being a deadbeat? If that's not the energy of the fucking podcast, I'm ripping both of y'all niggas. I'm just going, the indigenous people in New Zealand, they're not going to rip it to you niggas. Nicola, Tyler should be held accountable for his behavior, but y'all should have held Bree accountable for the abuse. Girl, what do the abuse have to do with the children? And maybe you didn't hear everything I just said. No, thank you for the super chat, but no, ma'am. We have receipts that y'all not even aware of. So that was one of the reasons why we weren't gonna. That has her. And what happened in her relationship with her ex-wife has nothing to do with him abandoning his kids. Let's say she was beating the shit out of Deshaun. What does that have to do with him abandoning his kids? And then if he helped Bri fight for custody for their son, that means that he was helping an abuser. Okay. Another thing too, this was the other reason too, is I'm not dismissing the abuse. Somebody said, no, I'm not dismissing the abuse. If you watch my interview with Deshaun, I acknowledged her pain. I apologized to her, but I don't have to keep acknowledging that to y'all. Y'all are not her. If you watch the interview, I say to her time and time again, I'm really sorry about what you went through. I don't have to say that to y'all. I don't have to discuss that with y'all. They were not on a television show. They weren't. Their relationship was not on TV. So no, I that has nothing to do with the kids for me. Absolutely nothing. So no. If you want to go, DM them. You want to reach out to them and talk to them about their abuse, go do that. Feel free to do that. But that's not the story. That's not the story. And that's why people like Lila can continue to thrive, because y'all will continuously miss the point. The point is those kids. I don't care about what happened between them. And then another thing too, this was the reason I forgot. You have to remember, somebody in all these people is still active in the military. So apparently they have these laws that have to do with, adultery and all that. So again, I wasn't going to put anybody in jeopardy of losing their jobs. I wasn't going to do that. So yeah, if you want to go talk to Deshaun or Bri about that, be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. All right. Actually, none of this shit got to do with me, but I'm I'm nosy as hell. Okay, let's continue, child. Okay, let's get into since we are talking about Liler, let me talk about Ashley for a minute before I get into Alex talking about Tim. Cause bitch,
discover more at
I was not expecting the shit that that Alex said. Okay. So Ashley did the Raven Simone, I guess this is Raven Simone and her wife. She did their podcast, which I thought was very useless. It's just a bunch of nothing. But just her still windmilling for Tyler. Another interview of her with no Liler. Just it's really insane. But she said a couple things. She did say that before going on Love is Blind that she had been in a relationship for a decade. So I thought that was interesting. She was in a relationship for a decade before she went on Love is Blind. So I guess they broke up probably like a year before she did the show. She did talk about, hold on. She talked about the fact that she has never done therapy, which I thought was very interesting. Let me see if I can find where she says this. When she said this, I was like, oh shit, this actually makes a lot of sense. Let me see. Hold on.
Skills calls and kind of like, yeah. So in the beginning, we have like coping skills calls and.
Oh, so Raven and her wife asked, I believe they asked like if the show provides therapy. And so she's like, not they have like these calls that help them cope with stuff. Basically, that's what she's saying.
Perks, and it's been appreciated.
Does the show support you at all through this and how to handle such things?
Yeah, so in the beginning, we have like coping skills calls and kind of like a specific person that we have as a resource to reach out to when things get hard, as well as paid therapy. I actually never been to therapy, but not because I think I'm better than or anything. I usually find my therapy in like self-help books and things versus like actually going and sitting down, but I am going to go.
You need to go now. ASAP, Ashley. This makes so much sense. This makes tons of sense. Because I really think Ashley has a coldness to her. Like, the way she just totally disregards them kids, like in that Nick Val interview where she was just like, yeah, you know, maybe when those kids turn 18, you know, and they want to talk to Tyler, they can. Like you're something like your heart and your mind are like, it's icebergs. There's something there that you have like a blockage somewhere. I ain't no therapist, but it's I don't know if it's delusion. I don't know if it's a blockage. I don't know if your chakras need to be opened up, but there's definitely something there that the Bible can't fix. Because baby, Jesus loved the little children and you don't. So baby, Jesus is not helping. Them Bible verses you and Lila be throwing up ain't helping. Girl, it's time for Iyanla to fix my life. It's time. It's time. Another thing too, she said, hold on. How do I spell reprimand, child? How do I spell reprimand again, child? Oh, there it is. Well, that ain't it, but
they go worse than that. Like they go they go deep. Like, so it started to affect me at one point. It was where I thought I would be able to laugh it off some nights of like death threats and crazy things. It was definitely hard to absorb and navigate when it's just your real life. And I'm not ever.
She's talking about the difficulties of like the comments that she's getting. Anybody who's sending this lady death threats, you're doing way too much. I never understood that with social media. Like sending somebody death threats, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? That's stupid. Like, please don't do that.
Going to, like I said, if there is something that I want to reprimand my husband about, it's not going to be to the public.
Right.
It's going to be within our marriage. And some of y'all haven't been married, and it shows because you don't. Yes, I owe you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's rewind.
Real life. And I'm not ever going to, like I said, if there is something that I want to reprimand my husband about, it's not going to be to the public.
Right.
It's going to be within our marriage. And some of y'all haven't been married, and it shows because you don't. Yes, I owe you,
Mm-hmm.
in their words, I owe you explanations for things, but the cameras are off.
Some of y'all ain't been married, and it shows. Ashley, girl, this is why they sending you death threats. And it's not cool that they're doing that, but this is why. Because the way you've dealt with this entire thing, you brought it on yourself. Like, we was cool when we thought you were a victim. We was cool. We was like, okay, she's a victim. We're just going to lay into Brian McLight. We're going to make his life a living hell for abandoning his children. No, you wanted to take the bullets for this man, and not only take the bullets for this man, but then basically help him lie about his kids, his 3 children knowing him. Also, you've gone on podcasts and you've lied about Bri apologizing to you. I already said you helped him lie on camera. When you said, did the kids know what you look like? Oh, no. You helped them do that. And then you've like thrown shade at people who are not married. Like, girl, we actually don't give a fuck about your marriage to Liler. Like, to be honest, sister, stay married to him. You're doing humanity a favor. Like, you're actually doing the streets a favor. We've seen the records. We've seen the court cases. As a matter of fact, I have an audio from one of the girls. She did a TikTok live, but I ain't even gonna bother. The girl that he owes $10,000 to, she did a TikTok live about it. Like, girl, you being married to him, you are actually helping the rest of humanity. We want you to stay with him. We also now want you to help him to pay his child support and shut the fuck up. Point blank, period. We don't want you talking about him no more. Keep him. Be happy. Be married. Stay married for a long time coming. Stay married, Sam Cooke long, sister. Please. Please. Keep your prize. Keep your prize. Be blessed. But also, we want to see them kids this Christmas. Yeah, we want to see y'all in matching PJs with the kids this Christmas. We want to see him paying his child support. Yeah, that's what we on. We don't give a fuck about y'all marriage. We don't care how successful the marriage is. We don't give a fuck. We do not care. We do not care. Trust me. I think I speak for everybody when I say, Ashley, we do not care. We want y'all to have matching PJs and matching ornaments with the army of children that he has. Matching PJs. That's what we want. Them kids didn't deserve that. We do not give a fuck about your marriage. Like, please, y'all haven't been married, and it shows. Girl, that's a marriage. Keep it. Keep it. God bless Ashley and Lila's marriage. Keep them together forever. Like, honestly, I want y'all to make it work. Make it last forever. Keep that motherfucker off the streets. We've seen the court cases. We see how many people he owes. We see he ain't got no job. We see he lies on his resume because apparently he ain't go to college, but he did go to college. Girl, keep that man. Be happy with your man, please. You don't need to throw shade at us, girl. We do not care. We do not care about. Oh my God. This girl is delusional. Like the fact that, bruh, being my favorite to this. I'm so upset. Like, it is so upsetting. Okay, let's talk about her and Tim. Okay, so apparently,
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I.
Apparently, Ashley and Tim dated up until the day before Lila
was in the military, Marissa, and there's a couple of other guys that I feel weren't there. Oh, and the guy who got his heart broken by your friend with the blonde brown hair.
Alex and Tim were a couple.
Okay, Tim. He didn't feel like he was looking for any type of fame. You know what I mean? You didn't look like you were looking
No,
for any
I'm
type
going to
of
say
fame.
something about Tim. I have a really strong opinion about him.
Oh.
Okay. So regardless of the friendships that might have developed after the fact or whatever, I found him to be one of the things that I find scary about people. The black and white thought process and the intense rigidity and the amount of rage that I feel like I saw like him embodying in that moment in the breakup and then at the reunion. And that's also like a year out.
I don't like that that's how she's describing it. Am I the only person who didn't like that? Like, don't get me wrong. Tim gives red pill, but it's just something about a white woman talking about a black man like that. When we didn't see him exhibit any rage. He was mad. He was upset. He was frustrated. He didn't have a good way of communicating, but I don't like, it's just something about this I don't like. I ain't like it. Like, she could have said he was sassy. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. Red pill, yeah. But I ain't like that. I ain't like that.
Out to still have that much just
She did
like,
too, though. She
I
had the
found
same
her,
amount of animosity
I
towards
found
him.
her much more composed. I think that I just thought he was wild.
I side with Raven. Because, like, Alex was definitely more strategic with her speech, but they were both amped up. They were both amped up. And we didn't get to see them resolve anything. They both held on to shit for a year. So
I really did. I think that's like that toxic masculinity that people talk about where he felt like he was so correct. He had been disrespected. He couldn't believe the fact that he had been called a name and he just could not like soften and see her perspective at all. It felt really harsh.
Let's be 100. She could not either. He was actually very composed. He actually just hold on for a second. We're having a conversation, right? He was very composed. He spoke his truth. And even though people were like, oh, he's rambling, that's how he felt. And what I want to say to that is I feel like sometimes guys get the short end of the stick because of their stature and that they're supposed to, you know, be quote unquote masculine, but men get their feelings hurt. And when men get their feelings hurt, they do turn into those little boys that couldn't cry when they were younger.
They turn into a bitch, which is why Alex called him a bitch. But you know what, too? This made me think about the fact that nobody, including me, nobody has, in all the podcast interviews, even at the reunion, nobody has ever told Alex, hey, looking back on it now, do you feel like it was wrong to call him a bitch? Like, let's just have a quick moment. Like, once they gave the story, I mean, was Tim acting like a bitch? Yeah. Right? But is it right to call a man a bitch? No. If the roles were reversed and Tim called her a bitch, okay, was she wrong for? No. You was acting like a bitch, Tim. You was. But it's still wrong to call a man a bitch. And I feel like nobody has acknowledged that. And I think that even when I look at my review, I didn't acknowledge that because I've been there before when a man is acting like a bitch. And I've said this before on my channel, like my last relationship before my relationship right now, that's what ended my relationship. I didn't call him a bitch. I said, you're being a little girl. And he took that as me calling him a bitch. And we were done. We were fucking done. Like, we're done. We were fucking done. So I feel like we all kind of grazed over that. And think about it, like, that man, after she said those things, he's not innocent, but after she said those things, he forgave her. He still stayed in the experiment, which he shouldn't have done. He should have just been done, in my opinion. He should have just left her, like, right there in Mexico, but he didn't, you know? So I feel like as a man, he was fuming. He was fucking fuming. Think about it. Like, if Tim was your brother and Alex was engaged to your brother and she called him a bitch, like, come on, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like the way we've all kind of grazed over that, I feel like we should have gave Tim more grace. At least me should have gave him more grace there.
I'm not
And they
debating
don't know
that.
how to deal with it.
He cried a lot. He cried a
He
lot,
did cry.
and I'm
Leave
not
that man alone.
And I'm not. No, he needs to go learn some real lessons. Activity.
Same thing about both of them. It's funny at the reunion. You'll hear Tim say something like, "This is just who I am. This is how I am." And there was never going to be a good communication style. I think that he talks to her over him, and he's like, "But she needs to change. This is how I talk, right?" And then he's like, "But she needs to change because she talks over him." But then she's like, she doesn't like the way that he talks to her, but then she talks over him too. So I think that it was hurt feelings there, and there was never going to be a good communication style between them. They were oil and vinegar. I think that she wants to live her life one way. He wants to live his life one way. He's very Southern, and she's very city.
That's what I felt.
You know?
That's why I said I liked him. I understand that Southern man.
And I like.
Yeah, he's
can't. No. You know.
Yeah,
I'm the vinegar to that.
I know for a fact that they hadn't spoken in a year.
Yeah.
Not even once. Every event we ever had as like a group, they have not. That was their first time laying eyes on each other at that reunion.
Okay.
So every emotion to man came back, to woman came back, right? So I think that's why it felt so tense too. And he has a way of being very stern and strong in his opinion, and standing on it 10 toes down, and so does she. And I think that's why it just wouldn't.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get to the point where she talks about her and Tim.
Their sensitivity and their sweetness for each other that they had in the pod somewhere along the way transitioned.
Yeah.
In Cabo.
Yeah.
And we don't really know why. I still don't know why. I know little bits from each of them, and that's my girl. So, and I'm not a yes man. I'm not a yes man kind of friend. So if I ever feel some type of way, or think that I could give a little bit of advice, I will offline with my friend. I'll never do it in public, and same with my man. But I do think that they both had growth. You should take something that you learned about yourself, or about how you love, or about how you want to be loved. And I think that's what they should.
Ooh, damn, you long-winded as fuck, Ashley. Damn.
Now, Tim was my number 2.
Finally.
I like Tim, yo. Tim
was my number 2. And I'll tell you why. Great conversation, great laughs. But I know me. And the me that's me and him would have clashed too. Mm-hmm. We even have debates now. Whenever I see him, whenever they hang out, like if I crash on the guys or whatever, like we'll debate. He's a debative kind of person, so am I. So I just know that wouldn't have worked either. And I think that Tim says he wants like a strong woman.
He doesn't.
I don't know.
He doesn't need to.
No, that's the thing I was going to say. Most women.
So you heard it. She said that Tim was her number 2. So Brian McLight was number 1. Tim was her number 2. So I want to go to this podcast with Alex, where she talks about this triangle that they were all in. Hold on.
They didn't get along. I was like,
hold on. because I thought this was very interesting. She said something that I thought was very interesting. Okay. Wow, these commercials got to come on, child. Lord.
A lot of things y'all had to like rehash on camera that wasn't shown. Was there a reason for that? Like, was it?
It kind of made me upset because I felt like they didn't even give me any backstory. I was like, you guys don't even know who I am. I'm just this girl who's crying every 5 minutes.
Exactly.
And like, what else do I have more to offer? But yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea why they cut it like that. But.
Wow.
So do you feel like, okay, starting from the beginning of the pod, because I feel like they shipped every single body in the first two episodes. So you could tell who was going to end up with each other.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell. I kind of wanted you to have like a love triangle. Did you have anyone else you were interested in besides Tim?
So I said this before on another interview, but we always said that Ashley and Alex and then Tyler and Tim, it was the four of us. And they try to make us be against each other.
Oh, really?
But we weren't having it. Yeah.
Okay.
But we were all dating each other like almost to the end.
Ashley,
okay,
married.
Ashley, Alex, Tyler, and Tim. So what, y'all were supposed to like have
so like I was dating
you were dating Tyler too.
I was dating Tyler too, but Ashley was also dating Tim.
Okay.
Like we were all
I'm sorry, that would have been good.
Yeah,
I would have loved to see
some
that. You shouldn't
some
have
mess.
we definitely had a little bit of drama at first because I was like, there was one day where somebody tried to stir the pot and I was like, so what's up with you?
I would have been like,
Tim?
record this.
Right. Camera.
I was like, right now.
I was like, what's up with you? Well, the cameras were there. And I'm like, what's up with you and Tim? Like, I've heard he says you feel like home or something. She was like, yeah, he said that, but it's not anything like that. Or
I would like to see it. I would like to see it. I feel like, because she said basically Tim told Ashley that Ashley felt like home. We never heard Tim say that about Alex. So there was something going on there. I would like to see it. I feel like I was robbed. And you know what? If I'm Tim, I'm not about that. You know why? Because yes, Tim gives red pill, but something tells me that who he was with Ashley might have been different. It might have been different. I would like to see it. Why would y'all cut that out? Why would y'all cut that out? Like the way they cut out so much shit this season, it's ridiculous.
Anything, and then like she left and another girl was like, yeah, but I know she's probably lying to you right now. So and I was like, literally had a whole mental breakdown, like, wait.
Yeah. I have a random question and it is a little messy, but feel free to be honest. So was there
feel free to be honest.
I wanted to see that. She did go on the interview and say that they kept trying to press for a love triangle and all four of them was like, they was not having it. So that was that. Let's go here, child. This is hold on.
There's a lot of things that are foggy for me, but like I do recall watching clips and things and just thinking that he's a narcissist. But I call everybody a narcissist, so I don't know. I call everybody.
No. I mean, honestly, rightfully so with men. And I also think that like my first initial before he even like was really shipped with you.
Wait, hold on. No, I'm trying to find where she talks about the sex. Hold on. No, wait, that's not it. Hold on. Okay.
But they have that 3-month mask. You know that 3-month mask thing. So it's like, the 3-month. And so like y'all are like jumping past all of these things and like being on camera while doing it is insane. But I do have a random question. Besides all that, how was the sex?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Don't lie.
Before we get to that, I just want to
before she answers that, did y'all ever wonder that too? The girls on this podcast, they're a little annoying, but they did ask all the questions. Like, they asked a bunch of questions that I wanted to know the answer to. Like, how was the sex? Because Alex and Tim never gave me hot and heavy. They never gave me hot and steamy. They never gave me we fucking. We knew they fucked. Like, we knew they had hunch, right? But they just never gave me, like, they was fucking. They never gave me that.
I want to.
Oh, wait. Before we get to that, what?
I want to just finish this whole Tyler and Ashley thing really quick.
Okay.
I'm going to paint the picture like this. So,
wah, wah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, before she gets into that, she talks about Lila and Ashley. She going to cape for her homegirl real quick. Hold on.
Sorry. But just to give Ashley some grace in this. Because again.
No, and I understood the grace part because it's like, you don't know what men are manipulative. So I want to say I did understand that.
And the thing is, like, what he told her, again, I don't know what he told her before they got married. Mm-hmm. I just know some things were said. I know he did lie. She admitted that he did lie about some things. Mm-hmm. And then he came clean about some things. I know we found out some things later. And then I know that the baby mama came out and said the natural conception happened. She said that after we filmed the reunion. Mm-hmm. So it's like certain questions weren't being able to be asked. Mm-hmm. Also, I know that she had allegedly spoke to the baby mama during this time. And again, we're talking about a year since we filmed, a whole year gap. And they're like living together, developing their life together, like really growing. And then it's like, fuck, now I got to deal with this. Right. And she's trying to navigate it. But just wait.
She admits that Lila is a liar. That Lila's a liar. Pretty much.
To navigate, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I just personally couldn't. I think that's like a real deal breaker for me when it has to do with children.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
It is.
And it's like, if you would act like this towards your own these are innocent children, and you brought these children into the world. If you have a child with me, what are you going to do? Could you wake up one day and decide to switch up on my innocent child who has nothing to do with anything? Like,
side note, these are the only girls who say this. Every interview that Love is Blind people have been on, including Brian McLight, Ashley, Alec, like, these are the only two interviewers that say, yo, like, there's innocent kids here. And I have a theory about that. It's because these kids are Black. That's my theory. When I look at how Nick Viall he even had like Garrett and Taylor on and was telling them like, oh, the baby mama's a hater, a clout chaser. I was like, honestly, it's because these kids are Black. If these kids were white kids, y'all would be holding Lila, Brian McLight's feet to the fire. It is because these kids are Black. It's because they some Black kids, and y'all just think that this is the norm in Black communities, point blank period. It's because they're Black. If these kids were white kids, or if they were some dogs, you know, white people love two things: white children and dogs, bitch. It's up. It's up by the dog. It's up by the dog. It's because they're Black kids. And I see some of y'all saying, well, I mean, technically they're not Black. Well, we know that they're multiracial, but to white people, they're Black. They're Black. Those are some Black kids. White people are going to they're going to look at Lila and be like, oh, that's a Black guy. Black kids. They're not looking at multicultural. No. It's because Brian McLight has Black children. So that's why all these white interviewers, oh, well, we're going to give, like, I've seen so many, even Hannah was on a podcast the other day, Skinny Not Fat. Oh, and the host like, oh yeah, I'm going to give Tyler some grace. Yeah, you're doing that because they some niggas. Them some nigga kids. If they were white children, all hell would have broke loose. All hell would have broke loose. But because they some niggas, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about Black children. First of all, y'all don't care about kids, period, which is why there's so many people who want to give them grace. Y'all don't give a fuck about. Humanity doesn't give a fuck about two things: women, Black women, kids. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. But if there was some dogs, though, oh my God, you abandoned your puppies? Bitch, Peter would have been at Lila's door. But because them is some nigga children, that's why nobody cares. Nobody cares. Even Clay was on a podcast recently. We don't know them kids. We don't give a fuck about them kids. Yeah. Nobody cares about Black kids, including Black people. including Ashley. Give our sister a Pulitzer Prize for this coverage because the tea runneth over, child. Thank you so much, child. Shoot, where's my prize at? The fuck? All right, let's continue. I want her to tell us about the sex.
Yeah. Regardless or not, at the end of the day, Ashley is a woman who came into his life just now. Mm-hmm. These children.
Exactly. It's like you can't just literally up and turn the page and flip the switch. But I digress to that. Like, you know, that's Ashley and that's her man. And
just stay tuned. More stuff is gonna.
Oh, so wait, you know the tea because they divorced or something?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Alex don't know shit. Alex don't know nothing. Stay tuned for what, girl?
They're not divorced, but I'm saying like just more stuff. I feel like he's finally going to talk.
Okay, that's
and I feel like there's more things that are going to come out. So
okay, good. Yeah, well,
I want to hear shit from him personally.
I'm sure you don't, but
so answer my question.
I know. How was the sex?
I know for me. Okay, I'm not answering that, but
Lord, let's get to the story.
I know for me. I know what to do. So
so you get it on and pop.
I know what I'm doing. I can't speak for other people though.
Okay. So you didn't think that he knew what he was doing?
I don't want to say. Oh God.
No. Just say it. I'll say it for you, and you can shake your head like
there was one moment where he did something, and I was like,
"What did you spin your mouth?"
No.
Oh,
okay.
One time that happened to me, and it was like not. It was not. I wasn't ready for it.
Girl, let the girl say the story.
So he just randomly was like,
"Oh my God!"
And I was like, "Hold on, yeah."
But this is another thing I will say about how this experiment works. Is like y'all are fucking high speed dating. I tell Winter all the time. I was like, sometimes you have to teach men how to have sex with you. You have to teach that, and it's like you don't have enough time to be able to teach that shit already. Like,
but they're grown. They're not young.
No, it doesn't. Well, I was young when I told you about.
What not to do during a podcast? Let that lady talk. And I'm saying this as somebody who love to talk, but come on now, you gotta let the guest answer the damn question.
When you're teaching people how to fuck about 20 something.
Yeah.
No. It's still you have.
Well, you just teach them what you like. I would say that.
Exploring people's bodies. You still like. I always say the first time having sex isn't the best. Like I've always my experiences have never been the best the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe the second and third are like, all right, we getting better. We doing good. You know what I'm saying? So was it like that for you?
It was great the first night. I really didn't have to coach him on a lot of things, but he's not an intimate person like that.
Right. He's not a passionate man.
He's not, and he doesn't really like to do that stuff often. I mean, he said that he wasn't affectionate. Like he can have his moments, but it's not like.
So he's not a sexual person.
Not really. No.
So do you feel like you were more sexual? Like
Absolutely.
I need to have sex.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
This is what I need for myself.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that is a tricky situation. I need my man to be like
a
rabid animal for me, and I want to be the one to be like chill.
Yeah.
Like the other way around, I can't do it. It gets too feminine. That's too feminine for me.
Speaking of feminine, of another relationship that I just recently thought about, literally just now from this conversation. Okay, it's Ramses.
Hold on, she did say something else. But they keep. She said something that he did something that she didn't like. Hold on. Maybe that was it. But basically, child, she said the sex just wasn't it, child. I feel like she said something else, but these girls are so fucking chatty. It's hard for me to. What was it? Is it here?
I want to hear shit from him personally.
I'm sure you don't, but.
So answer my question.
I know.
How was the sex?
I know for me. Okay, I'm not answering that, but I know for me, I know how.
I guess she already said that, right? That she did something that he didn't like. Okay, so she had already said that. Okay, cool. What was something else too that she said? that I thought was interesting. Okay. Remember how Tim had released these text messages, right? And let me see if I can find the text message. But first, let me play this part. I thought this was interesting. Tim had released these text messages about her. He even said this at the reunion, that she had one night where something was wrong with her tire. He called her, she didn't answer. He texted her, she didn't answer that too. And he released screenshots of that, right? So she talks about this night. Let me see.
Him trying to figure out what's going on, because Ashley had left for like a day or two. So I didn't even know what was going on. Mind you, I just got my tags reinstated. Like, they expired while I was in LA. So I finally got my tags reinstated, and then I was like, wait, let me check on one of my tires, and I had a flat tire, and I'm calling him and he's not answering. And I'm like, okay, I changed my tire by myself. Like,
oh, hell absolutely not.
Changed my tire, got back to our shared apartment and did filming. And I'm like, yeah, I'm starving. I just changed my tire. Like, and he's like, oh, I was trying to tell you to check on your pressure. Well, why was I the one changing the tire?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so you're saying that you were starving like that just happened that day?
I had just finished changing a tire.
Oh, okay, and then you got broken up with.
And then I got dumped, and it was Halloween night, and I bought us matching costumes. I was so pissed. I'm like, you're breaking up with me on my favorite holiday? You too.
I'm like, I thought we was gonna have fun tonight. Have a good time.
Did you go out?
Remember, Tim tried to reach out to her. I'm trying to find the text messages, but when she mentioned the tire situation, I was like, wait a minute. Tim tried to reach out to you, and you didn't answer him. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find the actual text messages. Hold on. Oh, child. But do y'all remember? Because it's taking me a while to pull up these fucking texts. I guess that now they're on Reddit. About to come back to you. Back at the apartment, your makeup bag and everything is in there. Like, he was texting her like paragraphs, and she's like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I remember him saying something about checking your tire, or I think something's up with your tire. And she kind of like, okay, thanks. You know what I mean? So I just feel like he did try to reach out to you, though. Like, from what I remember from those texts, maybe I might be wrong, but I remember him sharing text messages that showed that he reached out to her, and she just didn't give a fuck. All right. I think there's another podcast too that I just want to show, where she talked about meeting his mom. And basically, hold on.
This is the timeline. We did the family meetup with him and my parents and my brothers from like 12 to 4.
Okay, this is another podcast that she did called Positively Uncensored, which I really love this page. She does a really good job. She did a really good job with her interview with Alex. Why are we trying to make Alex the problem? She's human, but he's clearly the problem. Who's trying to make her the problem? I'm not trying to make her the problem. I'm just saying, I remember seeing the text messages, and he definitely reached out to her that night. I just don't care to keep looking for the text messages. But anyway.
Like 12 to 4. And then we were going to go to dinner at this place called Mivita in DC. I want to say like our reservations were like at 8 o'clock. Kid you not, right after we both took a nap together. He was like, I'm exhausted. I said, babe, me too. Let's go to bed. And we took a nap, and then we got dressed, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do the dishes later because we're gonna miss our reservation. We're trying to get dressed because we try to sleep in as long as possible. And then we go to dinner, and then we have this argument. I'm annoyed. Come back, it's 1 a.m. I'm like, I'm not doing the dishes right now. I'm not. Yeah. And he's like, well, then fine, I'll do them. I'm like, okay, if you want to do the dishes at 1 a.m, that's fine. I'll do them. I was gonna do them in the morning, but I'm not doing dishes at 1 a.m. And I'm not. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that he had to clean up, but this is the timeline.
These two,
Hannah, just because they didn't get. This is the timeline. We did.
The way Tim hated naps and dirty dishes, it was crazy. But no, okay, no. This is
one theory in my mind that I've always held on to, which I think, and I don't want to put this on him, right? But
not y'all in the chat saying, girl, you're not cleaning nothing. We saw that room. to give Alex grace, I honestly think Alex was dealing with too much at the time. I'm not saying she shouldn't have gone on Love is Blind, but I think mentally she was dealing with too much. Like when you find out that her daddy had just gone in because of, his condition, she was dealing with way too much. The minute I saw that apartment, it gave me depression, but I don't want to speak depression over her because I don't know mentally where she was. But yeah, girl, you wasn't going to clean dishes. We knew you wasn't going to clean no dishes, child. We love you though, but we know you wasn't going to clean no dishes.
It's just something that I experienced with him. But when we were planning our week, he was going to meet my friends.
Thank you.
And Saturday he met my family, and then Sunday I met his family. When we planned our whole week, I remember we were trying to figure out when we were going to meet his parents, and we could not figure out because they lived in Georgia. And my parents, we could be flexible because they live here. So when trying to find the schedule, I remember the reason why they were the last step is because his parents drove his sister's truck, which I thought, and
I really want y'all to listen to this. This is some creepy ass shit. Like, I really want y'all to listen to this. This is really creepy.
On the schedule, I remember the reason why they were the last step is because his parents drove his sister's truck, which I thought, and I still think to this day, was the most inconsiderate thing he could have asked for his parents to do. He wanted his mom to drive his sister's truck, and then his dad to drive his car and then drive back. We could have booked a flight. I could have booked a flight for them, but he wanted his sister's truck bad. His sister had just passed in May. You're asking your mother to drive her now past daughter's truck 10 hours by herself because the husband is now driving his car. And I think because his mom pushed against that idea for so long, she did not want to do it. And by the time he was like, no, you have to drive my truck. I need my truck. Like literally begged. And by the time he finally got his truck, I think he was like, okay, I'm good. I don't need to do this anymore. I got what I wanted. That was the last thing I needed. His parents were never going to come up here if they didn't have to. And because it's like, no, you have to meet my fiance. We could have flew them out. Like it's an $80 ticket? Like it's Georgia. Right. And no.
I don't know no $80 ticket from Georgia to DC. Now that girl, yeah, no. No, ma'am. I just flew from Georgia to DC. $600. Them pandemic prices don't exist no more. Okay. Even Spirit Airlines ain't charging that low. So hold on, Alex. Hold on. But yeah, listen to this.
Oh, he was so set on it. And I'm just like, how could you make your mother do that?
I just want y'all to think back to the reunion, or even think back to that scene where he broke up with her. He's like, my parents drove 10 hours because you fucking made this man not only made his parents drive 10 hours, he made them drive separately. Like, that is disgusting. Like, Tim, I already felt like Tim gave red pill. I still had a little grace for him because I feel like, you know what, maybe he just doesn't have the tools. I saw the way his mother acted too, and I saw the way his father was the submissive one. That's what I saw when there was the parent meeting. But when she said this, I was like, oh no, this man is actually psychotic. And that whole trauma dumping that we were all talking about with my sister's bracelets, my sister this, my sister that, he was even trauma dumping on his mother, on his parents. He used the parent meetup to make his parents, his mother, drive by herself in her dead daughter's car. That is nasty work. That is fucking nasty. That is nasty. There's grieving, and then there's just, okay, you need a therapist. You need a fucking therapist. Okay? So if you want to, I know the word narcissist gets tossed around a lot. No, that man is narcissist. He's a narcissist. He is one. That is nasty. That is nasty. That is nasty. The way I would never do dishes for your ass. Watching you make your mother drive 10 hours in her dead daughter's car just so you can have it. And then in this interview too, she also says that Tim told her not to bring anything to his parents. He told her not to bring anything to his parents.
I asked.
Remember, so many of us was like, well, damn, why didn't you bring his parents nothing? Let me see if she posted a clip of it.
We had problems. Not gonna negate that at all. We definitely had our issues. I, again, just didn't think our issues held the weight of a breakup when we went into it with so much heaviness.
I'm gonna say this though, Alex, and I say this with love. Girl, stop acting like you was gonna marry that man. Please. Please. The shit you've been talking about in these interviews, ma'am, I am willing to bet my left titty you was gonna get down to that aisle and say no thank you. And I would not blame you. But girl, you ain't got it like the way you've been acting in these interviews. Yeah, you know, I thought everything was. Girl, bye. Please stop. Now, Alex, please. Let's be for real. Let's be for fucking for real. That man ain't know how to fuck you. That man hated you for taking naps and not washing dishes. That motherfucker had you changing your own tire. You saw this man make his mother drive her dead daughter's car for 10 hours instead of catching a flight. You saw him put his own mother through misery. Please do not act like you was going to marry this man. Please, Alex, please. Girl, I'm team Alex. You ain't got to lie to me. You call that man a bitch, please. Like, please. Let's be for real. You was not going to say yes to that man. Drop in the comments right now and tell me if you think she was going to say yes to Tim. Because I'm going to tell you right now, she was not going to say yes to that man. Let me see what y'all say. Go ahead and drop in the comments. Tell me if she was going to say yes or if she's going to say no. Let me see. Hold on. Please. Thank you. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell. Like, please. Alex, we love you. You ain't got a lot of me. You ain't got a lot of me, Craig. I'm Team Alex. You ain't got to lie to me, ma'am. We not going to sit here and act like you was going to say yes to that man. Please. Please. Please, 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 please. If I call my man a bitch, just know I'm not marrying him. Okay? If I ever come on here and tell y'all, which I never will, but if somehow hell freezes over and I call my man a bitch and I come on here and I tell y'all I call that man a bitch, just know it's fucking over. Hey, it's fucking over. Hey, I already told y'all my last relationship ended because I called that man a little girl. I will never forget calling that man a little girl. It was done. I knew it was over. That motherfucker was a street nigga from Queens. He wasn't having that. I might as well call him a bitch, his mama a bitch, his whole squad a bitch, the street he came from, bitches, his niggas, bitches. The way that man went running for the fucking hills. That man was so, the way his voice got shaky, bitch, I knew that shit was over. It was done. It was done. Please. Alex, you ain't got a lot of us, okay?
Yes. You know, he had given me his deceased sister's bracelet and said, I want to bring you into my family and give my parents another daughter. And what they didn't show is he had given me his sister's hat the day before that. So
sorry, I didn't watch this clip. Girl, this motherfucker gave.
I knew he was.
This motherfucker Tim gave Alex his dead sister's bracelet, her hat, the truck, her panties. Like, what is going on? What the fuck? What is going on? This is diabolical. Alex, did you wear the hat? Girl, what? Tim gave her his sister's crayons from when she was in elementary school. What is going on? Girl, was Tim doing voodoo on you? That motherfucker was. C'est balè ni tap li men oui? C'est balè ni tap li men oui? Hey. Li men balè. Li tap li men balè. This motherfucker was li men balè. Nah, hold on.
Takeaways from my
hold on
from this season of Love.
Nah.
I have a couple of
No. This nigga is Nah, Tim is a special kind of nigga.
We had problems. And my parents another daughter. And what they didn't show is he had given me his sister's hat the day before that. So I knew he was giving me something else the next day that was going to be even heavier. And I was just like, so much weight, so much emotion that went into this. And yeah, some people can call it trauma bonding. Probably was a lot of trauma.
Girl, ain't no probably. That motherfucker was not only trauma bonding with your ass, he was doing voodoo on your ass, bitch. C'est balè ni tap li men oui? C'est balè oui? This motherfucker was li men balè. This nigga said every day I'm gonna give her something that belong to my dead sister. Every day. Every day. You gonna be the next daughter.
Bonding in that. I'm not gonna negate that either. But
please don't.
I thought with us ending things on such a surface level with such a nap, dishes. Euphor didn't text me back. It didn't make sense because I'm like, I was like begging him to you gotta give me something else. And that's what I was looking for at the reunion. Like,
girl, what did you want him to give you? What else? He gave you everything, bitch. What you wanted him to give you? His dead sister's contacts lenses? My girl, let me tell you, you know what the thing is with Alex? She is this is a PR girl. This is a girl who knows how to position herself a certain way. But girl, you ain't got a lot of us. You do not have to lot of us. I was looking for him to give me something. Girl, what else was he gonna give you? He gave you everything but his dead sister's blood. What for you to drink, bitch? Like, what else? What else? I'm sorry. This is the season that just keeps on giving. Everything is funny to me. I don't give a fuck.
No, and
all this shit is fucking funny to me. All right. Did I want to share anything else, child? Hold on. Okay. Well, I did miss this in the other podcast. She did admit that in Mexico that they had been drinking, so they was drunk. So when her and Tim had that whole back and forth, and she called him a bitch and all that, they was drunk. They was drinking. They was pissy drunk. Okay, and it's so funny because remember when they had that little fireside chat, Tim said his favorite thing about Alex was that he could give it to her and she could dish it back. Well, she called you a bitch. Now you mad. You dished it to her. She called you a bitch. Now you mad. I'm not saying it's right. But you said that's what you like about her. You said you want the strong women. Well, you know, strong women call pussy ass niggas bitches. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying. You said that. You said, I like it like that. You like it like that. You said you want a strong woman. Raise your hand if you're a strong woman and you've called a man a bitch. Raise your hand in the chat. Period. All I see. Period. All I see is hands. Me. Period. I'm not saying it's right. It's wrong. And I feel like none of us held her accountable for that. It's wrong. But, you know, every now and then you want to call a bitch by a strong woman. I'm just saying. Is it right? No. Well, you been a bitch at the time? You been a bitch. All right, child. Was there anything else? I cannot believe this man gave this. Y'all, that's enough. Honestly, I'm done. That's it. So y'all resume back here Wednesday. Let me see. What's a good time? Wednesday, 6 p.m. Let's shoot for 6 p.m. If not, I'll go ahead and put the notification on the time frame on my YouTube channel so y'all can see what time I'm going live. But Wednesday, we're finna watch the Dear Future Wifey podcast, and we're finna watch Brian McLight live. We're gonna have all the receipts ready for every one of his lives, child. Okay. This was a lot. Okay? This was a lot. The hat is crazy. I'm sorry. The hat is insane. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on Wednesday night. Thank you so much. I know that this was late today, but I was fighting for my life today in the braid shop. But they came out good. My braids came out good. A little bit. They're not as good as the Ghana. I gotta do my little baby hair and stuff, child. Look at child. I told her to give me a little bit of baby hair. Anyway, child. But yeah, y'all. So I'll see y'all Wednesday. Okay, 6 p.m. Have your drinks, have your snacks ready, and we finna go in point blank. Period. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all Wednesday. Love you. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Diamonds on my body and they crystal clear. I make magic with these hundreds, watch them disappear. Big ol' raindrops up in my ear. If you gon' name drop, let's get it clear. Jesse